What they've admitted to is that number one reactor certainly has gone molten. The fuel's lost its precise geometry of rods and is now probably a molten mass somewhere in that containment. And they're saying that number three reactor with the MOX fuel in is doing much the same. Flooding it with seawater is swamping the radioactivity, swamping the molten fuel. There is risk to this, but it swamps it down and stops any aerosol coming off and any particles coming off. The risk is that when you lose that perfect geometry of reactor rods, pins and fuel rods, when you lose that perfect geometry and go into a mass, a homogeneous mass, actually adding seawater could actually start the reaction again. You could actually restart. So what they then have to add is boron, some form of neutron absorber, to actually stop that process. So you're getting a pretty complex chemical mix now going in there. Seawater, salty seawater, boron, and all sorts of chemicals that have come from the reactor itself. So there's risk in trying to analyse how stable this is. If you do an analysis of the same type of reactor, one, say, fueled with uranium, one fueled with MOX, what you find generally using standard software for a moderate accident, about twice as many people will require evacuation under a MOX-fueled reactor accident. About 1.5 times more will die in the interim, and about 2 to 3 times more will actually die in the longer term. So it has a very significant radiological impact on the aftermath of an accident. Now, one of the problems we are seeing is we're seeing some rather conservative statements come from the Japanese government about, oh, it's not too bad, we've still got some containment, we put the seawater in. But at the same time, we've seen them extend the evacuation zone from 3 kilometres, 10 kilometres, 20 kilometres. People like yourself, journalists, can't get in at 60 kilometres. And we know about 170,000 people have now been evacuated. So clearly they are preparing for the worst case.